Hello, everyone. Welcome to There Be Toys. Now, I have something to review that I have just been waiting. I've just been sitting on it all this time. It's still in its shipping box. I haven't even peeked at it. It is the Mondo 1/6 scale Masters of the Universe Teela figure. Now, I don't have any other Mondo figures. This is my first one. I have a record that they had pressed, but I don't have anything else by them, no collectibles. But they have been doing so great. The work on these figures looks just amazing. They've been doing these, they've been doing X-Men, and people have just been really excited about these. It looks like it's just been a positive experience. They had some things like go wrong a little bit. There was some breakage with their He-Man figures and everything, but right away they just replaced them without question, without fail. There wasn't even a question of replacing them. They just came right up to bat and said, we're going to fix this. And they did. So that's really what made me want to buy this, because I knew they stand by their work. They help their customers. And I was just really impressed with their response to, the quality control issues. And I think that's shows like a great company. As you probably know, these aren't that cheap. This one cost me about 230, 250, something like that. And you've got to kind of budget for that. So I really liked all of the ones they had. They had He-Man and She-Ra, Skeletor. Like they look so good, but I kind of just waited. I was really hesitant because they're not cheap. But when I saw that they were doing Teela and they were doing Evil-Lyn, I thought, okay, I've got at least, if anything, I can get these two and I would be happy, because I really love those characters. I love Shadow Weaver, Sorceress. So I thought, all right, if I only get two, I'll be happy. That'll be fine. And the Evil-Lyn, it was just the artwork, but it looks really cool. So I'm so excited to see her. Hopefully we'll see her soon. But after all this time, finally, without further delay, here is the Mondo 1/6 scale Teela figure. So she comes in this gigantic box. It's really big. So as you see, still sealed. I really have not opened it yet. So, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. It shouldn't be. This is silly. But, $250 ain't cheap. That's not nothing. That's quite a lot of money. So, you want whatever you have to be absolutely perfect. There we go. Case fresh, case fresh. Looks like it's protected pretty well. Oh, they have the corners protected. I really like it when they do that, because these can get so banged up. This came just like this. It was not in any other box. This is how it was actually shipped. So it's kind of a thin shipper box. So I'm glad that they at least protect the corners. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Oh, the artwork on it. I don't know that I will be displaying the box. I just don't have the room for that. But, oh, here we go. Here we go. Amazing work on this box. That is just some stellar artwork. That is just beautiful. Look at that. And it's interesting. I mean, it's like she's a combination of the cartoon, the original figure, but modern. Just absolutely beautiful. They really nailed this. Just so beautiful. So here is the packaging. Here it is on the back. You can pause it to read. But just really cool. I had put the old man glasses on early because I knew I was going to be opening this. So I haven't even looked at it. This is my first time seeing it in person. So good. Okay, so I think it just opens. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Oh my gosh, there she is. Look at that. You're getting reflection, but of course I'm going to do close-up pictures. There she is in box. All right, let me take a look at what we got going on here. I wonder if there's anybody else out there who hasn't opened their Teela yet. Probably not. I'm probably the only one. I'm so late. I'm so late to the party as usual. I like the red. Of course, usually it's like the green for Castle Grayskull, but it's like a red version. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Please be perfect. I don't think I haven't really looked at anybody's reviews, but I haven't really seen any complaints. I haven't seen complaints about this one. I haven't seen complaints about the X-Men ones that came out. So I hopefully they fixed everything that needed to be fixed during production. Ooh, there's a smell to it. It's kind of a weird smell. So it's in this like a double clamshell thing. Oh, I guess this is taped. There's quite a lot going on here. I'm going to run out of room. Oh, here we go. Wow. Look at all this stuff. Ooh. Yeah, it is like fresh paint smell. Does this come out? I think it does. Well, we'll look at that later. It's got the shield, so that was the sword in the holster here, in the sheath. I think this comes out, so we'll have to check. Here is the shield, like the old toy, but just much more souped up. Really good, and it's done on both sides, so they didn't skimp on the detail because they could have just left that out. She's got all these hands. I'm not going to take all the hands out, but I'll show you. I get so funny about swapping parts like that. I just makes me nervous, Of course, this is supposed to be much more premium. Here is her angry head. But I like the head that's in there right now, so I'm going to leave that. Here is this staff. And here is Teela. Oh my gosh, she's heavy. She's very heavy. Oh, I'm nervous. So nervous. Oh, Lord. She is completely covered up really well. Oh, she got all sorts of stuff going on here. All right, here she is. Oh my gosh. She looks so good. Now, one thing about me, the more expensive something is, the more I panic. The more I panic, obviously. I mean, it ain't cheap, right? So you want to be so careful, and I'm just like, I don't want to breathe on it. It just looks so good. So I don't know what all the articulation is. I can't remember. So the leg comes out a little tight. I mean, things are obviously going to be pretty tight on something like this. She moves at the ankle. There's swivel below the knee. The one calf seems a little loose to me. And then the knees, everything's very, very, very tight. So I'm just going to be really careful. I know you're not supposed to have to be. It's supposed to be a toy. It's supposed to, but $250, right? It's supposed to be functional. But look how good she looks. Oh my gosh. She looks so good. She looks like some sort of old school actress, and I can't think. I really don't know. But her portrait is so unique. It looks so good. I really like how her face turned out. Now, just because of what I'm noticing is just because of the weight of these figures, Of course, like I said, this is the first one that I have. I don't know that these could stand up on their own at all. Like you would absolutely need the stand for them because there's a lot of weight here. So I just don't think this would be something you could stand up on its own. It's just too heavy. So I knew it was going to be, slightly heavy. I wasn't kind of prepared for this amount of weight. I didn't think it was going to be light by any means, but this is a little bit heavier than I expected. And I can just tell with the way it is, like, look, she just wouldn't, like, there would be no way. Like, the ankles aren't supporting her, and she would just be way too heavy. There she is, but there would be no way. Like, it would fall over. It's buckling. The ankles are buckling. So you wouldn't really be able to stand these safely without the stand. So let me see. How do I even get down in there? I don't know. It's a little bit of a tight fit, so it's like it's gonna have to go around her first and then be put in there, and it's a tight, tight squeeze. Yeah, I'm not digging this stand too much, but it does work. As you can see, oh, that's perfect. Perfect. Oh, she looks so good. So the concern I was saying with the stand is that on something white, I think this was happening with the Shira figure, that the black was leaving a mark on the white against the white paint. So you can sort of move her forward a little bit, but it's touching the waist. You may have that problem. And obviously people don't like that because it's a $250 figure. Shouldn't have that problem. But oh, she looks good. Look at that. Look at that. That's like perfect. That's just beautiful. It's beautiful. So I can't put this in either of these hands, but I can, I guess, put this sword. Now, I thought this sword comes out. I'm nervous about it. Oh, there we go. It does come out. But this wouldn't go in here because it's not open. Yeah, I ain't even trying that. There ain't no way. I'm not trying. And I guess this can go. Where would this go? Around her waist? I know I've seen it. It would have to go around her waist. So does her waist come off? She come off at the waist? I ain't trying that. I'm sorry, you guys. I ain't trying all that. I'm like way too nervous. But this has got to go around. I would imagine her waist or something. But we'll put it like that, right? I mean, you can do anything you want with it. Honestly, you can put it down. You put it at the display. So there's lots of things you can do. I know it came with all those different hands and stuff, so it might just be in one of those. So I've been trying to move these elbows. They just don't want to move. They'll rotate, but they're not going in and out. So, or up and down rather. Wow. I mean, she really looks amazing. Again, I haven't even looked, so I guess I should stop and be quiet and stop talking and look look at her. I like the little fur. I know a lot of people didn't quite like that, but it pluses it, is what they say. It's a plussing. It pluses the figure a little bit. So I'm glad that they add little touches like that. I mean, it wasn't Beastman was all flock. The whole thing was fur. It just looks so good. It just looks so good. Okay, so here are all her pieces. We'll go through. She's got that Staff of Ka, the snake staff. This came with the original. We all remember that. It's really done very, very well. The eyes are painted. Just tiny little dots for the eyes, but they are painted. She's got this other staff here. I don't know if I've ever seen this one, but it's got detail all the way at the bottom here. Looks really good. And she has 2 open hands and then 2 fist hands. And so that would mean these hands that she's got here have to be for the accessories. And they're such a hard plastic. I don't see how that works. I really, really don't. So I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, because they just seem like such hard pieces of plastic. So I guess I'll have to take a look. Maybe one of you guys know, maybe somebody hasn't and tried it, but it just seems, the plastic seems so solid that I don't know how these would even get in there. She's got the sheath for the sword. It goes in there really well. It sticks in there pretty hard, I've got to say. I hope this doesn't rub the paint off, but when you put it in there, man, it does stick in there. So I guess we'll see. I'll leave it in there for now. I might take that out and keep it out. The shield. And then she does come with 2 alternate portraits, which I like. I'm glad that they do it. I hate doing head swaps. I hate doing hand swaps. I hate doing all that. But the fact is that they gave it, and I just think that's really cool that they've added them. And they're heavy. I gotta say, these are very heavy. These aren't light. These aren't lightweight. This whole thing is not lightweight. Really, really, really looks cool. She's got the long hair. Now, this is more of the 2000X portrait of what she looked like in the newer cartoon. She's got the longer hair with the sort of braid thing, ponytail, and I'm really shocked. They have earrings, and they're like hoops. They are like genuine little hoop earrings. So they even went that far as to do that. Looks like the ears might be separate pieces even. She's got her tiara. I mean, the face looks the same. The face, I would say, is you know, pretty much exactly the same. But here is the other one. It's the angry face, the fighting Teela. And she's red. She is really red. You can see they painted her red and angry. And it is pretty much the same as the head that's on her now. She's got this sort of ponytail. It's interesting. It looks like the Teela from the cartoon from face forward. It's got like the bump in the hair, but when you look back, she's got like a little bit of length to the ponytail, which is new. She also comes with the snake armor, and it looks really, really good. Now there's no straps to it or anything. You can see even on the back, there's little details on the back. But I guess you just put it on, and so I'm going to see if I can at least do that much. I don't know if there's a trick to it or not, but wow, no trick to it at all. You saw how easy that was. It just slid right on. It just went right on. That's really, really, really cool. The fact that you can just display her like this if you want to. Really cool. Oh, I love it. Oh, she looks so good. She looks so good. Just like this. This is fine. This is fine. I love it. I love it. I'm really, really, really impressed. Like, we know it's not a toy. We know, it's a higher end premium collectible thing. You got to be careful. It's like a moving statue almost. Is like what I would say. It's like a jointed statue of some sort. So you have to be careful with it. It really isn't made to be tampered with all that much. But just the detail. Like, I'm seeing like there's little straps on the boots. Like they have little like buttons and straps on there. Her little belt, like the one thing in the middle has like a little clasp, it looks like, and then there's like the ties in the back and everything. I liked her face so much. The face is what sold me on it. You know, the face is really what sold me on the thing, and I'll have to say I'm surprised because I you know we're living in different times and we think about things, but the low cut top I'm kind of you know she is curvy, she is busty, she has the bigger thighs like the original figure did. You know, they I think sometimes get kind of scared to go there anymore. But like she looks like she did in the original figure from the 80s. You know, just plussed even that much more. The straps on the boots and the gold, just the gold accent to it all. It's just really, really, really cool. I'm so pleased with this. I'm so pleased with this. The only thing that like I said makes me nervous is how do you get her to hold anything. Now she might be able to get this. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know how any of this would work. Okay, I had to kind of force it in there. Ooh, it was rough. It was rough. I'm not gonna lie, that was rough. But okay, I've got one accessory on her to show you. Oh, it looks good. It looks really, really, really cool. Did they try? Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I thought maybe they tried to do 12-inch meshing, but I guess not. I guess they haven't. I'm just surprised it hadn't happened already. Even if they were kind of more dollish. Do you know what I mean? I'm really kind of shocked that they haven't tried to do 12-inch. But I think Mondo really figured out. They got the formula down. They know what they're doing now. They've got the experience with it now. I could see they're probably learning from their mistakes. It doesn't really seem like anything's too difficult here, except for maybe the hands. That was a little it a little bit, and maybe the stand, because this could have maybe been a white metal, at least just for around the waist, so that nothing happens to it. None of the black like leaches onto it. But maybe it won't. Maybe they are using a different material than they did with Shira. Oh, I might have scratched it. I might have scratched the staff, which looks like it's painted. I'll have to show you that close up. I might have scratched it trying to get into the hand. It really didn't want to get in there. So I don't know if that's paint from the hand, because it does look like everything is painted. And I wasn't thinking about that. It looks like the skin, all of the skin tone is painted. And so trying to pull the staff into her hand, which I don't know how else you would do this. You would have to. Pulling it in there, it looks like I pulled some paint off and it's on the staff now. So, and it's right on the front. So that's a bummer. But yeah, it definitely is, because that wasn't there. That wasn't there before. So I don't know if I'd be able to get that off. But there's no other way to put this in there. There's no other way to put that in her hand. Same with these other things. I don't know how you would separate the thumb. So what I might have to do is watch some other people's reviews, see what they did. But letting you know that if you're like me and you haven't opened it in 3 weeks, letting you know that, be really, really careful. This is very much like you pose it and you like leave it. I don't. For me, anyway. I know you all are different, but for me, I'm like, I'm not sure. And I'm seeing flakes. I'm seeing little flakes, and I don't know what that's from. I thought I had crumbs before, but it wasn't. There's one right here, and it is flesh colored flakes. So I'm gonna leave those. I'm gonna see if I can take a picture so I can show you guys. But there are for sure some flesh colored flakes coming off. So something else to look out for. I mean, design wise, this is amazing. This is just an absolutely amazing piece. But collectible wise, I don't know. It really, it's a high end piece, and you've got to be really, really careful with it. It's not just a regular toy like that we're used to. But oh, now I'm nervous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some close-ups so that you can see everything. I mean, again, looks-wise, she's just really cool. I mean, she's just really, really amazing. I'm trying to, like, again, look at that portrait on her, but seeing as I get these paint scrapes, I'm afraid I really wouldn't change the head. I'm not even going to try that. I'm like just not even going to go there. So not going to do that. But I mean, she looks great just like this. This is all I would do. I mean, this is the only thing that I would really want to do with her. I would just leave her like this, you know. Maybe it could be a little bit better, you know, than that for the price point if you can't move it and it's flakes and things are happening. But looks wise, the design on it is it's incredible. It really, really is incredible. I would definitely think about getting Evil-Lyn, but I think that would be it. I don't really think that I would get any more. I think that I would be happy just with those two. So while I'm reviewing the Mondo Teela, I have the new Filmation cartoon version of Teela from Mattel. Now, I'm really excited. I think I'm more excited for this. Isn't that terrible to say? Like, I just like a cheaper, plastic, easy to manage figure. Some high-end $300 thing that's freaking me out. So she looks really, really good. She really looks like the cartoon. I know there was a little talk about the face. There is something a little off about the face. There is. It's not exact. There's something about it. I don't. It's something in the eyes or the mouth or something. But I mean, it looks good. It looks really, really, really good. So I am gonna open this one because it's been sitting here all this time. Yet another Teela. I have three Teelas sitting. I have Turtles of Grayskull seal sitting right there. So everything's just sitting here. So let me get into it. All right, here she is. Here is her sword. I know some people's swords were a little bent. Mine is a little. Mine is a little bit. I know you can kind of get that back into shape. She's got that training droid thing. It's her shield. Looks a little bit like the old school one, a little bit different, more from the cartoon. She is. She's clipped in here. Ah, there we go. Oh, she looks so good. Yeah, the face isn't bad. There is something a little bit off about it, but the face is actually pretty good. I'm really pleased with this face. Now, this is the first one of these I had opened up. I have Sorceress, I have Green Goddess, but they are from Origins, and I didn't open them. And I have Evil-Lyn sitting in my pile of loot, just waiting. I'm waiting to see if there's anything else I want to pre-order before I do that. But I am really, really impressed with this. I know, like, the armor can come off if you want. The legs and the arms all come off. Um, Joints are really sturdy. Not too tight, but they are pretty sturdy, which is good. But they work. Calf articulation, the ankles, pivot. I mean, all of it's really, 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 really good. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this one. This one has impressed me. I'm glad I opened this one. So now I have the tiny version and the giant version, but this looks really, really good. I am really shocked. I mean, of course, I could see it in the package, but you know, when you get it out, you moving it around and stuff, it could be a little bit different, but really well done. It does look like the cartoon. You know, they tried to simplify the designs, the very, you know, bright white color, the reds and everything. I'm very impressed with this. I really, really am. Let's see. Let's see if I can get the sword and the shield. Oh, there we go. You had to like really smush it in under the thumb there, but there we go. There is Teela. No swinging, you know, action like the old days. I kind of missed that, but really well done. I love that there's the high collar and everything. I mean, she looks good. I know I have a tablecloth on here, but I wonder if I can get her to stand because she looks like she looks like she would. Oh, there we go. She stands fine just on her own. Look at that. And you can really mess with it too if you're having problems because you've got the ankles, you've got the knees, you've got the calf articulation, so you can really kind of mess with that to get her to pose if you're having a problem and she's not quite standing for you. So you can do quite a few things with her. That's really, really good. I'm pleased. Does she stand? Now, I think you're supposed to really kind of have them squat a little bit. But I've seen people are just, pulling the legs out all the way, bent straight. Really cool. So I am extremely, extremely impressed with the Mattel cartoon collection. Oh, I can't wait to get Evil-Lyn. Only regret about Evil-Lyn, I've gone on and on about it before, is that I can't believe she didn't have a cape. Why did she not have a cape? She's supposed to have the cape. We're supposed to be going for cartoon accuracy. Why does Evil-Lyn not have a cape? No cape. So here you go, guys. Really, really cool. Really impressed with this. If you haven't, you should probably think about getting these. I know it's a whole other line to collect, but they're really impressive to me. Here is cartoon Teela next to Origins Lady Slither. But they look really good. I mean, they look really, really good together. Teela's a little shorter. That's kind of a thing with these. The women of the cartoon series seem to be in a smaller stature to the men. Now, obviously, Lady Slither is going to be a little bit different because she's got the tail, which is what I've left on here. I've got her legs somewhere, but I might do pictures of that later. But this is how I like her better. I mean, it's more interesting. So, of course, she might be a little taller anyway because she doesn't have the legs. So we'll compare with the legs later. But honestly, oh, there they go. Um, but they still look really, really good. I mean, you can put them together. I mean, they kind of work. It's kind of confusing. I don't know what they're doing with Origins. Like, are we still doing Origins? Is it just going to be the cartoon collection? Like, what's going on? Like, it's a little confusing. It's different when it's Masterverse and that's a bigger scale and everything. But the Origins and cartoon collection are just so similar that I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to keep on with both. So, but I do like both. But and I think they're going to make characters that really they haven't been in the cartoon, so they'll put them in Origins and stuff. I don't know. So hopefully they keep on with both. I'm really, really impressed though with this cartoon collection. So anyway, there you go, guys. Finally opened. She looks really, really cool. I'm pleased. So I will see you all next time.